Hey guys, it's PatrickStarrr. Welcome back to my channel. Before we begin, I do want to mention, because I have my dear mom on this video with us, we do have a special discount code on OneSizeBeauty.com to save $10 off your entire order. Use the discount code
MAMA10.
MAMA10, and please enjoy. Hey guys, it's PatrickStarrr. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special guest, my mom, Mama Star.
Hello world.
It is Mother's Day this weekend, and I thought I would fly her out to come to the studio to do her makeup and glam her, and also teach all of you how to do makeup on mature skin. And if you guys are familiar with my makeup routine, I love full coverage, I love full glam, I love beating and baking the face. But for mature skin, I do understand that that is not always the case. So I filmed and dedicated this video not only to my mom, but to everyone out there that wants to learn how to get makeup for mature skin. And I really am confident in this tutorial that we did today on my mom because it is so achievable. I have confidence that you can do it on your own. Yeah?
Yeah.
Sit back, relax, enjoy this video, and don't forget that makeup is a one size fits all. All right, guys, this is my mom, Mama Star, and happy Mother's Day. And I think every day is Mother's Day, so no matter when you hear this, we should all celebrate mothers out there. As you can see, I have put on some Bobbi Brown moisturizer and I am shaping her brows. She tends to either get them done on her own time, but I think for the video I wanted to shape them up for all of you, and I feel like self-care is the best care, so get your brows done. So for this, I'm gonna go ahead and take brow KIKI pencil, and I just want to say again that this tutorial my mom will be able to follow, and all of you out there, whether you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, like no matter what age, makeup is a one size fits all. So this is brow KIKI in the shade medium brown. It's a beautiful small tiny micro pencil that you can give small strokes, and it deposits the pigment onto the brown so effortlessly. When you are more mature, the hair tends to be more faint and more sparse, and I feel like it looks dramatic from the start. It's because we don't have the rest of the face on. And so whenever I'm doing my mom's makeup, my goal is to give her full, youthful looking brows, and we have a very similar brow shape. I feel like I got my face from my mom, but yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. All right, so for the face, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This is a priming moisturizer that I've been obsessed with. You probably have seen it in other videos with other models, but you can see I'm just dipping it into the jar, the beauty blender, and just going in and massaging that on the face. And this eye cream is really cool. I'm kind of obsessed with the packaging. This is the Innisfree USA Intensive Hydrating Eye Roll On with green tea seed, and as you can see, I'm just rolling this on her eye and just taking the excess on my hand and picking it up with a ball, so I'm not like, you know, wasting product and squeezing it out. But it's really cool, and I love to moisturize on the lid and also below the under eyes, and I believe skin prep is like the best for every person no matter what age. Now this right here, this is the Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. My mom tends to sweat in certain areas like the T-zone, so you can see I'm getting her chin, her nose, the center of her forehead, and this is literally like Photoshop and a filter in a bottle. So you rub this on and you can see that the face gets more matte and blurred, which allows the face products to stick. That right there is the Beauty Blur Balm by One Size. It's a beautiful whipped texture, and as you see it go on with the beauty blender, it's literally giving the most beautiful coverage. And look at this right here, there is the after and the before. You see it's covered her redness, her hyperpigmentation, and it really works well with the products that I used before, like the moisturizer and also the Secure the Blur. And right here you can see The sponge gives it the most coverage. If you want to use your fingers or a brush, that gives a lighter coverage, but the sponge is like my favorite for this. My fingers are like my favorite too for my personal face. It gives a more lighter coverage, but this is my favorite for my mom, and I feel like she can just learn this at home. And you can see it literally matches her neck. And just understand that our face is multiple colors in one, so you'll see what I'll be able to do to give her that beautiful natural look. Now for the concealer, I don't need a lot of this. This is the One Size Butter Silk Concealer in the shade Medium 2, and her BBB, her Beauty Blur Balm by One Size, is also in the shade Medium 2. And I don't want to go too high contrast with a light concealer and like a regular tone foundation. I want it to be pretty everyday for her and all of you, so staying in the same skin tone is pretty normal. So this is the Butter Silk Concealer applied on the face and just blending it out with the same sponge. You know, I want to keep it easy, so I was kind of giving her a lesson. So next, there are two ways to set. You can use the Turn Up the Base Powder Foundation or the Ultimate Translucent Setting Powder. There's many different ways. If you are more oily or sweaty or greasy and you want to keep a more matte look throughout the day, definitely reach for the translucent powder first. If you have pretty normal to dry skin but you want your makeup to set, you can use the Turn Up the Base Powder Foundation. That's a powder foundation with a little bit of coverage. Or if you want to skip powder altogether, by all means go ahead. But like I said, my mom is more like oily and sweaty, so I wanted to go in with a translucent powder. And what it does, this powder gives such a long wear and it blurs like the under eyes and the high points of the face. And I only apply that on the center, and I'm taking the Turn Up the Base powder foundation and applying that on the perimeter of the face just to add a little bit of that extra coverage. Now right here, I'm taking this beautiful blush, and this is the shade Very That. The palette is called Very That, and you can see I'm taking the cream and just, you know, tapping it in on the cheek, and this gives the most beautiful flush color. And throughout the video, my mom was like, oh my god, wow, my skin looks so good. And you know, it's just crazy that I created this blush trio with my One Size team and I'm able to use it on my mom. Very That. If you guys have not heard about the palette, the collection is called Cheek Clapper, kind of like, you know, twerking, clapping your cheeks, but you know, the cheeks are up here on the face. So there's a cream, there is a matte powder in the middle, a matte powder blush, and then on the bottom you'll see right there, that is a beautiful, what I call hyper sheen blush. It's a blush with light flecks of shimmer that really give this luminosity on the skin. This is really gives the cheeks on my mom like a beautiful youthful look, and I'm obsessed with it. And I'm taking this on a very, very, you know, sparse brush to give it that like airbrush feel. I'm taking more of that Turn Up the Base powder foundation in the shade Medium 2 just to kind of like mattify around and give extra coverage. And you see the face just looks so fresh and even and beautiful. And like the brows, to give it that fuller look, I'm gonna go ahead and give her lashes a fuller look. This is the Point Made Gel Eyeliner by One Size in the shade Busty Brown. This brown is so freaking gorgeous on everybody, but also even more, look at the difference right here. With liner, without liner, you can see how it gives it that beautiful full effect. And I'm also making sure to line the waterline underneath the lashes, so it looks like the lashes are just growing super full and gorgeous. And I'm getting all the way to the center corner of the waterline. Might I just add that this is so waterproof, but it's also so creamy. You know how some eyeliners are very stiff and very hard because they are waterproof? This one is creamy and then it dries in like 30 seconds to a minute. I love this, and she actually sometimes complains that it's so hard to take off, but I'd rather have that than it drip everywhere all over her face. This palette right here is a trio as well. This is the Made for Shade Bronze and Sculpt Trio in the light palette. So I'm just go ahead and taking this bronzer contour palette. There's 3 shades, so there's one neutral, there's one cool shade, and there's a warm shade, so you can customize how you want to bronze or sculpt your way, and it's all in one palette, which I really love. So you see the cheeks, you want to start from the top of the ear and go all the way down to the top corner of the mouth, and same over here, top of the ear all the way to the corner of the mouth, and you just want to give it this beautiful sweep on the face. And I'm gonna go ahead and sweep the same all over the forehead. It's really hard to explain like what exact tones to use on every single skin tone. That's why I wanted to include 3. So depending on your shade, whether you're in the light, fair, medium, medium dark, dark or deep category, there's a palette with 3 shades for you. And so for my mom, I'm using the light palette. You can see right there, she's like, wow, I'm so beautiful. This is optional right here. I'm contouring her nose. I just wanted to give that extra dimension. I'm not saying you have to, it just gives it that little bit of life to the face. And this is a little hack right here. I'm taking a lighter powder foundation and I'm using it to highlight the nose just to give the illusion of a bridge. And so I feel like it just rounds out the face, and you'll see how this all comes together at the very end. So right here, you're seeing I'm taking that same Made for Shade Bronze and Sculpt trio, and I'm actually taking the bottom shade and applying this all over the lids of the eye. And I feel like bringing these tones together, number one, keeps it really simple for someone like my mom, and number two, it pulls in like the natural tones of the skin, because this palette has different undertones relative to the light family where she's at. Well, she's in like medium, but it actually runs a little bit darker on her because, you know, it's contouring. And so this gives it that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tone all over the eye. And you can see I'm just sweeping this across the lid, and it's giving that contour bronze look. So over here, I am taking this eyelash curler and just gently crimping the lashes or curling the lashes. If you do not curl your lashes, curl your lashes now, and you see how bright and awake her eyes are. And sometimes they look tired because the lashes are straight and it gets in front of your pupil and it makes you look tired. So right here, this one's optional. This is the Ardell Demi Wispies. I cut about, you know, a centimeter off and I put it on her eye. And I think I put this one a little bit too far, but I readjusted it after. But you can see it just instantly lifts the eye. But if you just want to skip the falsies and just go for just the line, that's like super fine as well. And might I add, this makeup routine is very similar to my personal makeup routine when I'm like literally out the door in like 5 minutes. So right here, again, I'm just reinforcing the liner, and on the bottom, again, taking that Made for Shade Bronze and Sculpt trio and adding a little bit of shade on the waterline. And I just love moments like this with my mom, and to share it with all of you, to immortalize it here on the internet, because I never get to see her that much. She lives in Orlando, Florida, where I grew up. But you see right here, this is with the shadow underneath the waterline and without. So I feel like if you are not doing this, this not only gives your eye a larger look, but it also kind of tricks the viewer that you have, you know, a more full lash line. Now over here, I've been obsessed with this lip liner. It's called Deep Taupe by Anastasia. It's so tiny in my hand. I literally ordered like 4 more. Lip liner, I feel like, is a must. You know, you get that beautiful fuller lip and illusion, and it really supports like the lipstick that we're going to use today. I do not remember the lip shade. I'll try to find it, but I found this beautiful like rose shade. It literally looks like a rose petal, and I just filled it in and blended it in with the Deep Taupe lip liner and just rubbed it in with a lip brush. And then I took a beautiful like rose gold like gloss and applied this all over, because this right here is a liquid lipstick. If you want to stick to a liquid lipstick to last all day, whether you're working or going to a party, you most definitely can, but this is the lipstick. And this is something that I always do after lipstick, is apply more blush, because you kind of want to balance like the color on the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips, because that's where we normally place color on the face. Now to give it that fresh look, this is Preserve the Serve Luminous Setting Spray by One Size. It's such a beautiful spray, and with everything together, you could see it came through. So this is me playing with my mom's wig. This wig, I thought I would just throw this in there. This is the Raquel Welch wig. I'll try to link it down below, but there's 2 Velcro tabs, to adjustment tabs, so you can make it tighter to your liking to fit your head. And on the top, it's a beautiful like lace, so your scalp can show through and give it that realistic effect. And on the inside, it's beautifully done and it feels realistic. And this is synthetic, but that's what I love about the Raquel Welch line. And her color is called Warm Ginger, I believe, or Warm Ginger Brown. I'll link it down below. But this is us putting it on, and she always used to ask me to blow dry her hair, but I got her a bunch of wigs, and this is just one of them. So yeah, let's see the finished look. All right, everyone, this is the finished look. My mom is rocking beautiful flush cheeks, a full brow, a gorgeous juicy rose petal lip, and of course this beautiful wig by Raquel Welch, and I love it. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
I love my mom so much, and I hope you guys were able to take inspiration from our relationship and also this look today. Be sure to share this video with someone that you know that could use a little bit of inspo today in their beauty routine. Hopefully you guys learned a trick or two from me, Patrick Starr. Be sure to check out anything one size at onesizebeauty.com and at Sephora online and in stores. And don't forget, makeup is a one size fits all. Love you guys. Bye.